Well, we talked about wheat stocks being hot last week, kind of at the end of the weekly review video. And today, this week, not saying they're on fire, haha, but wheat stocks are definitely warming up, and we had one on the watch list this week. So overall, you take your lumps. You're not going to be 100% on these watch lists. Overall, this week's watch list was okay. I mean, I wish I could say that all five of these stocks doubled in price this week, but overall, we had some winners. A lot of them were flat. The nice thing is, especially when you talk about risk management, other than, Fannie Mae got a little sketchy, but we knew Fannie Mae had the potential to be volatile. Other than that, a lot of them just went sideways. And the nice thing about that is, you're not trading the stocks we look for on this watch list are a little less volatile, not less likely to, push you into those big losses. You can typically, they'll start working against you. You can take your time and exit and not, be nicked with a big loss. So that being said, great week in markets. We had a ton of volatility this week. AVCO, OCX, CODX. I mean, we had some big momentum runners. And then really some of the best trades of the week were these weed stocks. And, one of them was CGC. The other one was Cron, and Cron just barely got left off the list. But the nice thing you can see in front of you, we're at basically 1 month highs on the SPY. We ground all the way back from that big dip on Christmas. Great jobs number this week. A lot of positive news flow. Apple had earnings, Facebook had earnings, Amazon had earnings. Some of them decent, some of them pretty good. I mean, Facebook earnings were really good considering a lot of the press with Facebook. So nice thing is market's back to being bullish. We've got a lot of opportunity. Tons of earnings next week. I think I checked. I think we have roughly 500 earnings announcements next week. So going to be a busy week. Make sure you check your earnings dates. Make sure you know what day your stocks are releasing earnings. But that being said, let's review this week's list and get to work here. So OSTK, let me get my chart set up the way I want. 15-minute, 5-day. Nice follow through. Really nice on Monday. Opened up weak. It dropped down into those low 17s. And then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 15-minute candles in a row. Big rip on Monday morning. So in the end, the idea was intact. The idea was to look for that weak open and reclaim on OSTK. Let me bring up my Evernote and get to my notes. We were looking for a push over 20. Didn't get there, but came close. I mean, the goal was basically 20, and it hit 1986. Pretty close. So again, after that, it sold off pretty hard midday on Monday, and then since then hasn't really done much. So good follow through on Monday morning. If you were quick, maybe you took $1 a share, maybe $1.50 a share if you were, nailed the top and the bottom, but there was a solid move there. 5 green candles in a row. After that, not a whole lot going on. TME was really at no point was there an entry on this. Stock opened, you can see on Monday, gap down pretty hard into the morning. Ground sideways on Tuesday, gap down on Wednesday, ground sideways on Thursday, gap down on Friday. So at the end of the day, nothing really there. Now I do want to look at the longer term chart on TME. Remember, this was the recent IPO. Looks like it's dead. To be honest, I was hoping for a little bit better. Nope, right back to where it came from. So at the end of the day, the idea didn't work. but there was never an entry. I don't know. There was never a point this week where this stock looked bullish. So I like to say no harm, no foul. If you don't trade a stock and you break even on the day, that's better than getting a bad entry and losing. So no entry on TME at any point this week. CHGG, tempting to put this back on the weekly watch list, though I probably won't because we've got so many weed stocks in play. But I tell you, same thesis on this as I've been saying for a month now. Going back to the 9th, so not quite a month. I mean, I guess Monday is what, the 4th? Almost a month. Once this thing broke out, just keeps slowly grinding higher. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Great swing trade if you're a part-time trader. I mean, at no point would this have stopped you out. At no point were you looking at a big whipsaw stock. And you can see it hit a new high today. Slow mover, but hey, you can't complain with green every day. Fannie Mae was really a nothing burger. We were watching for that push above 3, and it really struggled to even hold that. Yeah, never even held it to this week. Okay, I was thinking, nope, I thought it pushed above 3 this week. So much like TME, no trade here. There was no entry here. There was no idea here because it did nothing on Monday and then was weak every day. Our plan was that hold of 3 and then a push higher. I mean, it basically barely got over 3 for about 5 minutes on Monday, and since then was under 3. Now, maybe set an alert, keep an eye over 3, but probably needs news. So no harm, no foul. Again, we got 2 kind of non-trades on the list, but there was no entry. You didn't get hurt. You didn't take the loss. So last one, CGC. Nice gap up on Monday. You got that kind of weak open. Let me bring up the 10-day. So here we are on Monday. It did dip a little bit and then ground back to 50 plus. So decent trade on Monday, lot like OSTK. CGC was a lot like OSTK. There was a trade on Monday. If you're here, you get these lists on Sundays. You were here, you were ready. It did push from 48 to 51 plus. Then the rest of the week, not a lot going on. So, hey, like I said, you win some, you lose some. Monday was great for the list. You had CHGG, you could have entered. You would have closed the week at the highs. You could have taken that week open on CGC or OSTK. And then at the end, there were no entries on Fannie Mae or TME. There was just no signal to enter those stocks. So 3 out of 5, what do you do? Now, Cron, big watch for next week, as well as CGC. So Cron, Monday night in StocksToTrade Pro, we do what's called the strategy session, where we really kind of get into the nitty gritty of these swing trades. And we've got our worksheets that we use in StocksToTrade Pro, and Cron was our favorite. And we were looking at that 18 area for an entry with a goal of 20 plus. And this is Monday night. I mean, it basically worked perfectly. You came in Tuesday. You could have taken that 1830 entry we discussed, and then stock ground higher on Wednesday, ground higher on Thursday, big rip today. Now, it did have a kill candle, if you want to call it that, when Citron came out. Citron Research, must follow on Twitter. Big following on Twitter. Hedge fund guy, he moves stocks. Whether you agree or disagree, he moves stocks. So big kill candle on it today. But what makes me kind of excited about Cron going into next week, and this will definitely be on the weekly watch list, is it still closed up 6% on the day, still closed basically at that, at the high of the week, other than a couple of those early candles before the Citron tweet came out. So 52-week highs, year-to-date highs. This is one of the strongest stocks year-to-date. And even with, an influential hedge fund short seller bashing this thing, it still closed up 6% on the day. And, closed near VWAP. I think, definitely a decent setup on Monday, especially that just like OSTK and CGC last Monday, that weak open and then that reclaim. So, if it dips at the open, goes back green on the day, especially if the market continues to be bullish on Monday, Cron is top watch for next week. So thanks a lot, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified. We do these premieres every Friday night. If you ring the bell, you'll get notified. You'll get it on your phone everywhere. And as always, please check out the links below. Sign up for the watch list. If you're watching this video, you might as well get it. It's free. Also, check out StocksToTrade Pro. It's linked below. That's where we break down these sheets in extreme detail. And comment. Let me know what stocks you're looking at next week. I'm always looking for ideas. And I run all the screeners. I run all the scans. But it doesn't mean I get everything. I would love to see your ideas. Comment below. And we will see you on Monday.